Hi, welcome to this weekly review that's running so late and all of the things. Uh, it's not so late, but I didn't skipped over a lot of steps and had to try to uh, get a small human out of this office. So, welcome to the weekly review. I wrote down that Ollie was running late, but I did not write down how late. So Ollie will be here at some point. I know that they're very excited about doing a review today. So yeah. Um, a weekly review is that special time. I don't have a prompt for that. We just do it. Interesting. Anyway, weekly review is that special time in our week's life when we pause our doings to look at what we have to do. And I had the realization yesterday that I feel like around my meetings or whatever, I feel like I have 2 weeks of planning to do, not planning the next 2 weeks, but like I could spend 2 weeks on planning and feel like that was about right. Without actually moving anything forward. But since I have things moving forward and things that feel behind, I can't do that. But I can take a minute out of this time. I have already done some inbox processing this morning, and from that wrote a very long list of things that I wish to happen in this review, but will definitely not all happen. And I also know it's not a complete list, so there's that. I just realized I didn't post it to the guild, and so I'm going to do that right now. If you have anything that you would like to declare, we'd love to hear about it in the chat. If you have anything you're working on, but these Friday ones are bonus. And so mostly it's just myself and Ollie or just me. So whatever. And if you're watching this later, that's awesome. We want to hear about it whenever you see it. So let us know what you're working on. There's someone screaming behind me. Mom, 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 mom. My intentions. I do have some things to do on an updated calendar review. Do I remember what those are exactly? No, except that I remember I need to do it. I remembered that there's some stuff for this weekend to maybe put in. And I gotta write some stuff down. Okay. I have some routines I want to update on the calendar. I officially do not recommend this unless you really need it, but I have a routines calendar. I cannot see it most of the time. It's in a completely different app from the rest of my calendaring life, but it exists. And what I use it for is to convince my brain that the times are real. Like this is how long this part takes, and it goes in a little slot. To convince myself that the times are real, so I'll actually get started on time. Oh, hey, Ollie's actually not that late. Look at that. Other things are garden project, which I mentioned on Tuesday, but I started writing it out. Anyway, things like that are what I want to do. Welcome, Ollie.
Yo.
Do you want to share any intentions?
Uh, yes. Yes, I do. Um, my very first intention is to ice my knees for the first time in days. And I can't remember where the things. Oh, there they are. Okay. Hi. Um, I am probably going to use this time, unfortunately, for a lot of catch up of stuff instead of reviewing new stuff. And I don't like that. But it is a reality of what I'm experiencing. And another one is verbal diarrhea, apparently. Hi, I will stop talking eventually. Um, First is icing knees. I am going to do that. That's not a review
Mhm.
thing. Please shut me up now.
No, this is great. I had a question because I did share that
Oh,
you very excitedly texted me. I just realized we have a live stream tomorrow and I'm so relieved or whatever.
right?
Are these
Yeah, yeah,
catch
yeah,
up
yeah.
things what you were relieved to get the chance to do?
Ooh, hells no.
I'm so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, no, I know. It is not great, but it is a reality. So I'm gonna try and get them done as fast as humanly possible.
Can I
Ugh,
share something with my friend, collaborator? I don't know how GTD that related this is, but it's definitely related to
please,
actually getting stuff done.
please share the getting stuff done
I
concept.
and this has been true sort of since my course ended, but I think it's okay to just acknowledge that I am in the phase of my life where I want all of my systems spruced up, like my workflows spruced up, more automated. And I'm
Yep.
already somebody who pitches a lot of automation,
Hmm.
like more streamlined and more doable. And that is a phase of life that I'm just in. And it's okay for me to not necessarily do all those other things that I often do. I mean, I'm still doing the coaching and the guild stuff, but like, it's okay if that resonates with me, including getting my video workflows a little bit more streamlined so that they require
Hmm.
less thought from me when they're happening.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need to do to get things so they can still continue and not be lost track of, but like to
Yes.
get them together,
Yep.
and require less of me. I also had the realization this morning that I am officially in charge of enough projects that I actually shouldn't be doing work on any of them. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Makes
I
complete
I
sense.
officially am managing enough projects that they don't take the amount of time one can review in a weekly review, and
Yeah.
therefore more of my job probably is reviewing projects and figuring out how on earth to delegate the other stuff.
Did you just say the word delegate? Because
I sure did. Sure did.
that is such a lovely, wonderful, amazing,
But
fantastic word.
also a loaded word because how successful my attempts to delegate many work tasks have been in the past.
Your tone is cluing me in, but I do not, in fact, have memory of this. I apologize.
Um, I'm not going to say names on a live stream, but lots of people I look towards and hired for administrative assistance. Is it coming back
Right.
at all?
Yes. Yes. Things are coming back. Things are cluing in now.
I have my niece doing social media and blogs and newsletters, which is awesome, but also she's an artist. She's not like she's good at social media because she's in her 20s. Like that is the qualification is I am in my 20s. And she's a smart woman and very capable, but like that's all the training she has. Like so anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm like,
She's a Gen Z, and that's her training.
yeah. My husband found this whole article on Gen Z doctors. Okay, pillow,
Wow.
you are in
That's
the way of my bicycle and I
what
cannot
did you
have
just
this.
say? Say it to me like I'm five. What did you just say?
Gen Z doctors or the pillows in the way of my bicycle?
No, the doctor's one. Wow. Holy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Old
I
enough
am
to have graduated
900
medical
years
school.
old. I am 900 years old. I am so old. How am I allowed to exist right now? I say to someone a decade my senior. Um, Hi, welcome to the live stream where Ollie has an existential crisis. Not really. I'm fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Age genuinely, I feel, is a number, but also a state of mind, which is why I talk frequently about the three characters who I usually roll with in my party in Baldur's Gate 3. We have the 35-year-old human, the 200 some odd year old elf, 350-year-old elf, and the 35-year-old human is the one who complains about his knees. Now, in fairness, elves and body different, and also one of them is undead. But I still feel this holds up. Age is a state of mind, and Gale is an old man at 35. That's
Your
how it is.
your fictional your fictional world is where you're drawing examples to make conclusions for the real world? Just
Brittany, how long
checking.
have we been friends?
Also,
This is
Gail's a
not
human.
news to
I never
you.
knew Gail was human.
Just
I
out of
don't
curiosity.
know. it's one of those things like, and at like, I'm not going to give like a specific race example, but like where you suddenly realize that somebody that you'd made it like listen to their voice or something looked a certain way, and then you see them and you're like, that is not what I pictured at all.
That is
I
wrong.
feel
The wrong
like
face is
I
around your
don't,
voice.
but I don't know what I thought he was,
Yeah,
except
that's fair.
that it was not human.
Yes. Yes.
In fairness, I mostly know about him from your fan fiction, not from actual Baldur's Gate.
Correct. Yes.
Sometimes my perspectives are interestingly sourced. It's probably just going to be us, so we can just nerd out while you do your catch up things that make me sad. I'm
Oh,
hoping
they,
you
they make
can
both of us sad. It's an
finish
experience we
them and get
share.
some review, because I want review for you.
I want review for me too. So I'm gonna maybe like
Window
start
am I
that ever.
sharing? Oh, that was weird.
By the way, can you
Okay,
hear me right now?
I can. Yeah,
Okay,
I just was distracted.
that's
What
fair.
did you say?
Oh, and that wasn't it. It was just that you talked over me a couple times, and so when that happens, I want to check. It's all
Mm-hmm.
good. Um,
Like when we're like, oh, we're really starting, there's like a thing to go share the screen, right? And I
yeah.
didn't mean to click on one. And then I had no idea what screen was showing, which, of course, in my world is very dangerous.
Hmm.
I don't like the name Garden Project. I need a different name for this. I'm growing food.
Would you like me to come up with um a whimsical um
Only if it will not detract from what other things you desperately need to do. I want to be
well, right
supportive
now
friend.
I'm rescheduling our event uh to 7 Pacific.
Okay, I need to go double check that I am, in fact, yes, I'm sharing the right thing. It looked like the little share green thing was around my calendar. I was like, no, 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 that's not acceptable.
Hmm.
Um, so Apple finally put this feature in Mac OS that has been incredibly convenient and in Windows for a hot minute. Um, and I was using a third-party tool to do the same thing. And I don't like how Apple implemented it compared to the third-party tool. And now the third-party tool just defers to Apple's way, or Apple takes it over. I don't know which. And I'm like, it, I mean, C for effort because it took you so long, but glad you finally got around to it. And no,
No.
well, it you drag the window to the top of the screen and the window fills the screen, right? Beautiful. You should have done it forever ago, but whatever. You finally did it. Except it doesn't 100% fill the window. You can see stuff to the side of it.
Oh, that would make me want to
And
inflict
my
bodily harm upon
tool
myself.
goes 100% around. And now my tool doesn't work because the Apple one took it over. Ugh. My tool also lets you customize screen window sizes that you want to put right where you want. Anyway, it's not annoying enough for me to do something about it. As I said, I've got a long list of workflow improvements that come first. Okay, what am I doing? Okay,
What
I
are you
need,
doing? That's a good question.
okay, I I think I've realized that my 8 a.m. physical therapy was kind of working, except it's exactly when my child is waking up right now.
Mm.
I like the idea of it. I do not like it in practice. Like it's mostly like, oh, I start doing physical therapy and get interrupted before anything good happens.
Yeah. Last night I was having a deep, in-depth conversation with spouse that was distracting me, which
Oh
was very
yeah.
good, important, but like, it's hard to count reps when you're crying. Um,
Yeah, it is. I'm not able to count reps whether I'm crying or not. I just have to like do it for a particular number of time because
mhm.
me keeping track of the count
Five-ish.
is
Yeah.
never going to happen. Finally, but like I think finally the trainer has realized that. Like, how many have you done? I was like, I have no idea. I'm never gonna know the answer to that question ever. Like, this is I have not had to deal with people making neurotypical assumptions in a while and
Mm.
feeling like I must be so dumb because I cannot get this and it seems so simple to everybody else. Like I haven't had to be in that situation for a while. And I got to tell you, I know all the stuff behind it and that it's not just me and oh, it still feels yucky. I do not like.
And you're on guanfacine, etc. So wow, that's pretty
And
talks
it's just
about
like
how powerful that is, right?
yeah.
Unless it's not an RSD experience for you, which it sounds like it might be, but anyway.
I mean, it's a
Okay.
little bit, but it's also just frustration. Like, I understand you know what your body's doing. I don't. It's like, oh, we get disassociated. I was like, maybe that's it. And maybe it's just that this is way too many like possible things I could be watching for and I don't understand. Like,
Mm.
or maybe you know all these things about the body and are assuming I do too. Like, anyway. Um, my dad asked the other day if I'm gonna stop bringing up alpha agonists to him and gave his reasons why. I was like, those are good reasons. And no, but I can drop it for today. I
It's
was
like it's like it's
also
like turn off Bluetooth until tomorrow morning.
I was also in a mood and I was like, why are you still talking about this? This obviously is not work. Like there's another voice being like, hey, this conversation is not going how you want it to. Like you really should back off for a minute. And I was just like, no.
Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Okay.
Oh dear. Uh,
Do I need to just mind sweep? And the answer is maybe. Because I
I
keep thinking
I I'm going to put on
project.
music it.
Oh, what happened to my music
Mm.
when I
I gotta
put on my
find a very
AirPods?
specific song that I was suggested by my spouse, who is now using Spotify, and it is enhancing the lives of everybody.
Your what
Yes,
is using Spotify?
my spouse.
Oh, was your spouse not using Spotify before?
I know he was listening to the same like songs he's had in his like hard drive since he was 12 up until now.
I mean, to be clear, that's what I'm doing, but there's no one in my household already paying for it.
Yeah. I'm not sure how we got here, but we're here now. So
Yeah.
this is a song I love. It's a new artist that we discovered. Um, and okay, that's uncomfortable. What the chorus is, I don't care how big the room is. I cast fireball,
Okay.
which is a big
Um,
trope in D&D, where it's like, I didn't ask how big the room is. I said I cast fireball,
is
and
there a
then you
limit
die.
to Fireball?
No, it's like, okay, imagine a big explosion goes off in a field, right? It has a lot of
Mhm.
space to go. Imagine that same explosion took place in a small bathroom. It would be a lot different outcome for the people standing in the room. You know what I mean?
I,
Right? And so it's like if it's like a football field versus a small room versus like, it's a lot different depending on the size of the room the explosion takes place in.
okay.
So
Um, what was the thing that I was
no,
like,
you
oh, I
need to
want to plan
know
that out too. And then I should have already had my paper out.
how big the room
I have
is.
two things highlighted on my what I'm working on. And that's because I'm trying to schedule this weekend, but I'm acknowledging that I keep coming up with stuff I need to plan.
In case anyone cares, the artist is Dominic Witka on Spotify. The
Okay.
song is I Cast Fireball, since that's probably a lot easier to spell. I believe he's from Northern Europe.
Okay.
I got a text from Jonathan the other day that said, drop everything you're doing and listen to I Cast Fireball. Like, I'm busy, but I will at my earliest convenience. It's okay. I'm going to do the sacred timeline. The sacred timeline. And then I'm going to do my business admin. Excuse me. What is my
This
ouch?
is not the right
Ouch,
week.
ouch. That is a sad number, Brittany. That is a sad number for my inbox to be in at
Oh, did you just
experiencing.
update it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, do you still have a D&D
yeah,
inbox?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, that is an accurate 11
Okay.
there. Um,
Um,
yeah.
Followers may remember I worked hard to move a whole bunch of appointments so that they would still sync with my calendar, and I'm not seeing all of that.
Oh, see, in that position, I honestly can't tell if I'd prefer it to be all or nothing or a partial data set.
I see
Like,
one of the events,
oh God,
and I'm like, did I not add the other
I
one?
think that's the worst option.
What's happening right now? I think I'm going to have to go.
Okay, we listened to I Cast Fireball, and now I am going to switch to Gaga, because Gaga is my concentration girl.
Okay, I don't
Let
care
me
about those.
focus.
That is not what I want at all. Why do you suck? I'm talking about a business's website, just for the record. Okay, that starts today. You know what? Telling me the date on your website you published a thing about, when we're talking about events, telling me the date you published it is very misleading and unhelpful. Right? Like I see a list, like, see what you want me to click on each one to see when it is and wait for that website to load? What? Cool. I don't
Okay.
care. I don't care. Is that all?
Okay, time to switch to heat on my knees.
Um, this is what I wanted to exist so long ago. Uh, hey, you have the right default app. When did that happen? Also, could I fix that for other things? Because that would make me very happy. Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
Are you
Yes.
having a happy? You seem to be having a
Uh-huh.
happy.
No, a new calendar. No, you can go ahead and live in iCloud. Go live in iCloud. Whatever. Okay, that's actually not what I was hoping it was.
For the love of.
Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I'm gonna make a new event, a new calendar. Nope. I didn't actually want to do that at all. I think the right color for this calendar I just created is a shiny Pikachu, like kind of burnt yellow. Okay. The thing I am legitimately happy about is I changed my default calendar app.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good solution.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's the one I already had. Yes, please add it to the existing calendar Pokemon. And then okay. But what I don't know. No. Silly. Load into the Pokemon calendar. Do, 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 do.
By the way, I think I'm now with the doubling of the clonfacine or the clonidine, I am now experiencing a little bit of fatigue and headaches and worse dry mouth. I think that dry mouth for me extends to my sinuses because I've been having sinus experiences of late.
Mm, I am sorry. Um, I do find if I have a steady dosage, at least with the guanfacine, it stops after a while.
Yeah, I have confidence,
Um,
and not none of the symptoms are that bad, especially the dry mouth. I don't mind. I was really concerned that it would be a sensory issue, but I don't mind. So I'm really glad.
but it mostly reminds me to drink more water, which isn't the end of the
Mm-hmm.
world. Um,
Yep.
but it if I change the dose or forget a pill or like, oh crap, I'm feeling worse, I'm gonna like have because
Mm-hmm.
that's what is in my prescription is like as needed, take another
Mm-hmm.
one or another half. Um, I will absolutely have worse dry mouth that day. Maybe the next one.
Yeah.
And since it's been variable, like I've been like, oh, I kind of have a little bit of dry mouth like all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't like, oh, I forgot, like because yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Even though I'm not huge on the paradigm of me using review time to do business work, I am feeling pressure being released from my chest.
I am very glad. Um, what else? And what else? Oh, there was something else that made me think of this. Okay, well, it's close to a break, and somebody had a boo boo and is crying. So I'm
Oh,
going to be right back.
okay. Kiss Eric for me. It's because he had the boo boo. Okay. Okay. We now have that in order. Ah, huzzah. Okay, that feels so much better. Mm.
my spouse saw the coolest shelf on probably Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to find out if my offspring can successfully turn the doorknob to my office.
Mm-hmm.
So cute. Why is he so cute? Okay. All right. I was going to check Discord. Oh, maybe I should look. All right. Got distracted by notifications. I know that never happens to anyone.
Nope, not one time.
Why don't you let me add this to my calendar, you jerk? Okay. That's such a cute idea. That's not going to happen this week.
Mm.
Okay. We'll add the task in manually or the calendar event in manually because I'm a caveman, apparently.
You are. It's true.
Excuse me. What it's called?
Okay. I am on the final leg of this experience. I am not going to ice my knees again. I'm just going to leave them on warm. I don't think there's any.
Okay.
You can damage yourself by doing the icing too long, but I don't think you can damage it by having the heat on. I mean, obviously you could if in extreme cases, but like longer than 20 minutes can be damaging for ice, but not for heat, as far as I know.
Okay. I will RSVP.
How long has it been since I updated? Oh, not as long as I thought or was concerned. Good. Okay.
Oh, I'd also need cash. Do not look at the rest of this website. Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger. Mm.
And now I'm going to stop getting distracted texting my sister, who I'm not making plans with for this weekend. And I will just put the thing I casually agreed to in my calendar. Okay, let's make sure this other event is in my calendar that I just agreed to. That's weird. I could have sworn I put it in there, but I don't see it. So it doesn't really matter what it is. Someone asked me to do something that in the normal course of someone's life, in my position, they would have done many times before. And somehow I've never done it before. And I'm like, I'm going to try to not like scare my way out of it because it shouldn't be a big deal. Anyway. But I legitimately have never done it before. Anyway. I don't need to look at this. What else am I doing? Hi.
So I just had a very interesting experience. Do you remember like years and years ago when Google released the video of the AI like scheduler voice thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed you would. I think I just had that in real time.
I thought it mostly stopped being a thing.
Yeah, I thought it did too. Unless that person was following a script in an autistic manner, I think I just talked to an AI on the phone.
Hmm. What?
Yeah. Uh,
I mean, I suspect it's still a thing. I don't know if it just went out of popularity or
yeah.
if
Yeah.
it
I mean,
stopped actually being available. Right.
like I've never had a human when I declined to spend money say I completely respect your decision on that. It feels like an AI thing to say.
That does feel like an AI thing.
Yeah. Or autism, it's one or the other.
I mean, I say I totally get that,
Yeah. A similar
which I feel
sentiment, but
like is
that
the real
specific
people
wording.
way to
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if I'm talking to somebody about coaching and ability to pay, I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
completely understand. I do not have
Mm-hmm.
low rates. Um, this
Mm-hmm.
is what I can offer financial hardships. I can recommend people who charge
Mm-hmm.
less. I can recommend other forms of support. Like, say,
Mm-hmm.
I completely get it. And then, like, we continue a conversation about
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
But, and I feel like that's a way of saying it. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Wasn't bad. It was fine. But I was
But I mean, I
very
feel like the
interested.
point of that was to call other businesses, but you were the
I was,
non-business
in
entity
theory,
in
I was the
this.
client. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
entirely possible businesses are leveraging something that is the same, but not
Hmm.
from Google. Does that make sense?
No, probably not from Google, but it might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Anyway,
is very, very interesting.
Google's very good at temporary features.
Yeah. They just informed me that I can no longer access Google Keep on my watch. And I'm like, oh God, are you guys phasing out Google Keep? Because that would not surprise me. And I would be very
So
sad.
many
And I
people
would have
use
to
Google
find
Keep.
what?
So many people rely on Google Keep.
Okay. I hope that that means that it stays.
I mean, they have done that for something before, but it was a lot more server intensive
Mm.
than Keep.
Hmm.
Okay, so probably that. Probably feels so bad. I have this client who started and was really, really excited. And so she wanted to use sessions, but then got the month to month. And so I was like,
Hmm.
so we can't schedule one until the next billing period.
Hmm.
Like, oh dang it. Which is why I have more free time on Saturday. Okay. Probably not going to do Saturday morning cartoons. But I probably am going to do this. So ideally, in the morning, I would pack for all day. Oh, and I need to remember that I have oranges I can leverage. Well, I don't normally keep oranges in the fridge unless there's a fruit fly outbreak, which there was.
Mm.
And so now I keep forgetting we have oranges. My friend was like, I was like, what time do you want to get together? She's like, well, it is my birthday. I want to sleep in late. I was like, of course. I'm just such an awesome parent. I keep forgetting that kids need naps on the weekend too. So I need to put a Jack nap tentatively in my
Mm.
calendar. Fortunately, I have the easiest temperament child ever and can have a nap screwed with without a tantrum consequence.
Wow.
Um, that may be a limited time thing. I am under the impression from my friends that this is a very rare occurrence in
Mm.
human beings and to not expect it of another child.
Hmm.
Okay, so I did those first two things. The next thing on my weekend plan, I need to, or not weekend plan, but the calendar plan is I need to update my routines calendar It's probably going to involve some project planning. Um, all right, I will be right back.
Okay. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I have confirmed several plans. Yay.
I had an amusing conversation with someone yesterday. Someone who has made the terrifying mistake of giving me a story in merch. And
Mm.
I sent a picture of all of it together, collected up, they gifts and also the Funko. And I said, "This isn't an altar. It's not. It's a collection." And they're like,
Mm.
"Yeah, a collection. Got it."
We have a future mutual friend who used to make shrines to my sister's ex. They were always very hilarious.
Shrines
And
to someone's ex? Why?
this was done very ironically.
Okay. All right.
And it just became a whole thing.
Got it. Well,
That as like
humans,
she went away to college and like then would come home to a new shrine to this particular ex in her room.
that is weird. That
Like
is
using old
why.
photos or like things. And then she'd like make up stories. Like the reason that this tiger stuffed animal is a part of this shrine is because it was like this elaborate, brilliant story.
Uh-huh. That is
Like
weird.
this is
I
this
don't
is someone
even.
who like part of the reason my mom checks Facebook is to see her hilarious posts because they are hilarious. Like just about everyday stuff.
Yeah. That reminds me of a Facebook post. I haven't been on Facebook in a hot minute. It was one that my spouse actually told me about. It was, I believe, uh, April 2020. And
Mm-hmm.
the post, as I recall, the wording is as follows. I just saw a gentleman pull down his mask and reach down to pick up a cigarette off the floor, off the ground, and proceed to light it and walk away. We're not going to make it, folks. um,
I need to be able to only
that
see
person also is the kind of
7
person that if I checked Facebook, I would be going on there to check his content because he's had similar vibe things before.
Oh,
It's stupendous.
I need to see like 8 hours.
uh,
Okay.
we're not. I always remember that forever. We're not going to make it, folks.
Oh my.
Uh,
Okay. So updating my routines, calendars.
yep.
Okay. I think for the time being, I'm going to change
For the
this
time
one
being.
to
Sorry.
uh I am intentionally adding a game related item to my first of the day um routines. And it is because uh one, I'm likely to do it, but also I discovered that when I go outside first thing in the morning, like I
Mm-hmm.
wake up faster.
Excellent. I have to go have a bio break and I will be back.
Okay. Oh, I am so sad Ollie can't hear this right now because I'll definitely forget before they come back. I saw.
I totally can. What's up?
Okay, cool. I'm going to tell you while you're gone.
Okay.
My child is obsessed with flags and things that move in the breeze that are visual. And our house came with an American flag and we didn't take it down until it was falling apart and like, oh, this is like not great. Anyway, basically, since we got the house, we've been like, oh, this place has a flagpole. We need to get a Star Wars flag. And so now that my kid is like, I love looking at flags, I'm like, we need to get a brightly colored flag at our house. And so I'm looking up Star Wars flags on Etsy until the app like threw up on me and I couldn't stand to use it anymore. But one of the ones I saw was like a rainbow series of lightsabers. And in the Star Wars font, it said, "This is the gay." And I was like, I can't remember.
What
I don't
the
think I was,
heck did you just say to me? That is wow.
I was
Okay, send
like,
me the
I think it
picture
was
when you
just a
buy it.
garden flag, not a flag
Oh
flag. And I was
my
like, I could
God.
have it up, but it would only be up in June, like, because otherwise it gives the wrong impression when you're an, I feel like you have to be cautious if you're an ally and not actually queer. Like, okay. But anyway, um, the point is I thought about getting it, but first I need to get a real actual flag to hang from our flagpole that is all the time and blows in the breeze. So a lot of the ones I found were not very good. There was one that was really cute that was like the resistances built on hope, which like Rogue One has a very soft spot in our hearts. Um, and there's another good rebellion flag, but I haven't really found one that I'm like, this is the one. We're thinking rebel flag. If a really good Mandalorian one, like with the Mythosaur came across, we might go for that. I need to focus on my actual review and not this tangent. Routines calendar, that's what I'm doing. I thought of that because I was trying to write gym and instead it wrote gay. So I thought of all future events, all future events. Okay. I've been noticing that my morning routine does not feel like it applies to me. So like, oh, that calendar, that doesn't apply to me. And that is dangerous. So I need to start not doing that. No point to mention a piece of exercise equipment that I don't own. I do not need to see this item right now. Speaking of, I got some Mandalorian going. Do I need this one? Okay, so I need to add some stuff to my routine. Timer in the morning. Trying to think of all the things that have gone wrong with my first thing in the morning routine lately and trying to adjust for them. So Do I need? I don't really want that to take. Okay. Sometimes I just need to redo one of these so that I can feel like it applies again. Like sometimes just changing it makes it feel fresh again, even if you don't, or addressing it, or I don't know, whatever. Has to feel real. And sometimes you don't have to not follow it for it to feel real, or some stuff has to be wildly inaccurate. But I think just these benefit from doing this periodically. Yeah, some of these, I mean, this must date back to a time when my schedule was more erratic, but yeah, I clearly haven't updated this in a hot minute. Hmm. Huh. There is not as much time as I thought, let alone more time than I thought.
I'm back for 20 minutes.
Welcome back. There were actually quite a few Star Wars Pride Garden flags.
Oh, fascinating.
I'm guessing because it's almost June.
Well, yeah, that would make sense. This is the gay is awesome though. That's A plus.
Well, I mean,
A
I'm
plus.
sure there's some up all the time, but I doubt that they show up in my feed at the same
Sure, yeah.
or whatever, like they're recommended.
Okay. I have done
Oh,
the
I
thing that
should put
I wanted
Portland's
to do.
Pride stuff in my calendar. It's totally going to be the weekend I'm out of town, isn't it? Now that like climate change is a little better established, I'm just putting it out there. Maybe we move our Portland Pride to June instead of July. It is often like 100 degrees, and there's usually pretty nice weather in June now. Wasn't when I was a kid, but there is now. Anyway, let's look up Portland Pride. Apparently, this is a common thing to look up. I'm not looking at the football team.
They're proud enough.
Okay, your website not working for me.
Yeah. The logo for Brantford Pride is not my favorite.
This is Oregon Live, which I think is like a newspaper related thing. And it has a lot of ads that popping up in the middle of the page.
Oh, yeah.
Not doing anything in Lincoln City. Legends of Drag.
Nice.
It's really just looking for the actual like Portland big event. Oh,
I remember I saw an event
themed
on
Candyland Taste the Rainbow.
wow.
Yes.
I remember seeing a Pride event which was bingo, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." And then I was at the Queer Social sometime or other, and somebody said, "Blah blah, blah drag bingo." I'm sorry, what drag bingo? I would have been way more interested in that when I looked it up if I had known that it was going to be drag bingo, not just like bingo. It hasn't happened yet, and I don't know that I'm going anyway, unfortunately. But I was like, it in no way said the word drag on that description. Otherwise, I would have been much more interested. Can you imagine drag bingo? It sounds incredible.
It's on my mom's birthday.
Ah.
Also, I think they're gonna be in Alaska. So
Okay. So I'm gonna try and do a project review. I had been doing it on my morning cardio walks before those stopped happening. And so I have a little tag in this list called processed, and it is way down, but I don't know that it's current. So we're going to pull the processed one all the way up to the top and start fresh. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do an overhaul, not an overhaul. I'm gonna do a thing of the Sacred Timeline because I'm pretending like it's bedtime and saying what can I not get done today? All of that, first of all.
Okay. Ooh, that one has a serious conflict.
Okay.
Okay.
I
got distracted
really
making my routines, like suddenly remembering pride and looking it up. But I'm doing it during a calendar review. This is not, this is where I hope to get in like the first segment. I'm not very pleased with myself.
it's not really
It's Monday.
okay. The Abyss and the Underdark are different things. First of all. Yeah, no, we're so bored by
I'm gonna have to go
cults.
for a break and come
Seriously, we
back.
need to not. Mine's, I suppose. Upper dark. No.
Okay. I'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh, that is cool.
although my brain doesn't really believe we still have a deadline
Mm,
to try to work towards, because it's like, oh, should we plan all these projects? Are you going to have all of these ideas for the guild right now?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Although as soon as I got out the pad to brainstorm, it stopped.
Oh, of course. No, of course. Yeah.
I did eat breakfast. Go me.
Yay.
Okay, still updating the routines calendar, which is an incredibly tedious process. This
Yep.
is not what I want anymore. My goodness, he's adorable. He's making these squealing sounds. Oh my gosh, let me move this stupid window. Should not take 6 tries.
So River selected a white shirt and white leggings to wear this morning. And I was like, mm, there needs to be an alteration. So I went upstairs and I was not able to find, or rather, I found the clothing item that I wanted to find, which was some shorts, but they were too small. So instead, I got a different one, which was a patchwork of blue and tan fabric that previously they had no interest in wearing. And I went, okay, you can do this. You can do this. Time to neurodivergent parenting. Hey, River, would you like to wear this Minecraft blocks skirt? Yeah! Oh, Mama, it's sand and water blocks. It sure is.
I was teaching, we were getting I don't even know why Eric was asking. We normally
Mm-hmm.
just lay pajamas out, but he's like, do you want to wear these pajamas? And the default answer for many 1-something-year-olds is,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and I was like, oh, see, now there are plenty of neurodivergent kids who this does not work for, but at least at this juncture, you try it first. It's just would you like this one or this
Or
one?
this
The
one,
first
yeah.
choice. And so then I put up two. I said, which one would you like? And did he go for the one that he just said no to? He sure did.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put in,
Yeah.
we don't care what pajamas he wears.
Yeah.
I just care that we don't go through all of the things asking if he wants each one.
Yes. Yep. I need to exercise my agency every opportunity I get, and that does not involve saying yes to you ever.
Well, but also it also gives the impression that like they can be that picky.
Right.
Some are going to decide they're that picky anyway. Like
Yes.
you can't
Yes.
necessarily prevent it, but you can non-encourage it. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes. Yeah. There's definitely and I hate tags, and so tags cannot be a thing in my life. And then there's hang on. Removing all the tags is an option. Well, I was never going to think of that, but now that you've said it,
yeah.
Because I fully expected my eldest to be a no tags person because I am a no tags person, and then they turned out to not care. And so I just went ahead. And now we've discovered that the youngest is a no tags person as a result of me not taking out all the tags and basically them ending up only in a diaper at the end of every night because their pajamas have tags. And that means I need to write down, remove tags from Morgan's clothing.
Oh, my morning routine looks so much better.
Yay! And now I'm going to go because nap and stuff.
Sad. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I did get a little bit of review done. It was not much, but it was some. It was more than zero, and I really do feel so much better getting that admin off me and the work record. So,
I am
all right,
so glad.
thank you, and thank everybody. Bye.
Now I'm sad and alone. That's no fun. I'm now going to look at the evening routine, which I'm not very thrilled about. Because there's uncertainties. Okay, I just have to get rid of drive home because I just do not have enough. Okay. I'm not pleased with what I'm about to do. So I have very lofty goals to do things like decide it, like have a thing where we maybe know what we might eat for food in advance. This is not going to be successfully implemented this month, maybe not next month. Well, definitely not this month because there's only another day left this month. In all likelihood, it will not be fully implemented in June, which is very depressing. But we are spending far more of our evening than I would prefer going, what should we have for dinner? So that's the thing I want to do, but I cannot wait for that to be done to make my evenings more defined. Oops. Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, delete you. All these midday routines, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna use these anymore. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway, but I don't look at this calendar in the middle of the day. I only look at it in the evening and in the morning, excuse me, and only then because I have an automation that makes me look at it. So why does this go this late? It really doesn't need to go this late. Okay. Oh, so many lofty goals that have not been realized for a very long time. So I hate this, but this is going to be decide and start dinner time. What? Why is this here? Okay. That's never good. Wrong calendar. Um, okay. I hate having a thing that's decide, but for the moment, that's what it is. And can't stand looking at this one anymore. In case you're curious, it's not like client privacy. It's just, it was like a built-in way to add romance time with my spouse. And that's now time we're putting a child to bed. And so it's a painful reminder that there is significantly less physical romance than there was pre-child. Okay, so this one can say lights, low, finish dinner. Okay. I'm having other thoughts and they're not getting captured, and I'm not sure why, but that's bad. Um, so okay. Ways to improve my child's bedtime. having ideas related to bedtimes. So my mornings and evenings have just been so unstructured. I know I'm losing a bunch of time and not getting as much sleep as I should. And it's time. I can't. Update. Change kit to random scattered thought. Mm. Move dirt. Okay. This one is very temporary. Or at least it's being long is very temporary. Like hoping to do this weekend. Um okay. And I'm realizing as I'm setting up this thing, I was like, I actually don't know how long this one's been taking lately. My sense is maybe it's longer than I think it's been. Excuse me. Boing, boing. Need to put back. Okay. I'm supposed to be on break. Sort of on a roll. I've been not following these that closely anyway. I will leave it open so that you can use the timer. Mm. Mm. No, no. AI, the answer is no. You, I said, does this program have this feature? And it says, yes, you can do it by doing these elaborate things. I was like, no, then that's not the feature. That's a workaround. a help center where I can't. There we go. Okay. Sure. Okay. That was a slight detour, in fairness, but I'm back. Okay. Looking at the lights. Okay. And it's okay that this is not my ideal schedule. Um, in general, in general, having a really solid morning routine matters more than an evening routine because more can go wrong in the evening. So it's not unimportant, but it is, I feel like, less adhered to. And like, I don't know, there's more other stuff that can happen. But it's still very important for planning out what is possible and what is not possible. Okay. Why is this? Why would I have that on only one day? That's weird. No, wrong calendar. Okay. This is a good start. It may not be what I go with forever, but it's a good start. Okay. I need to put in what's left. Gotta remember, just because it's simple doesn't mean I don't have to put it in my system. Okay. I'm gonna have to do that. Can I visually find it? I must not have done that yesterday. Let's defer to today. I think I've done this. Okay, check. Okay. Um, okay, let's see. What was the other thing I wanted? Okay. Update. And interval timer and capturing all the other thoughts, reduce. Honestly, I think the elliptical is the best time. What are the other things I might want to do? Oh, okay. Those are for Jack's. Anything else on mine? Okay. Um, let's see. That's fine. Where is my offs? Wow. This project still says Operation Baby Sleep, but I don't really think of my child as a baby anymore, apparently, because I saw that. I was like, what? Okay. I still want to do that. Um, look. Okay. Clean up. I don't like this layout. Clean up. Clean up songs. Okay. Let's see. There is an uncomfortable delay on my computer, and I don't know why. Okay. Update. Okay, I've imported this whole project. Yay! Because I was like, I'm not going to do that right now. And then I need to formally make my gardening project. I guess that goes under human. Oh, right. I need a name. Don't think Ollie gave me one. I think we got distracted. Okay. I asked my spouse for a better name, but I don't have one right now. Garden project. Okay. So I have a whole list of things I want to do. And if they don't happen this weekend, then I'm basically like got a draft and I've got a project I made. And I'm basically going to put out all the things I want to do and into the drafts and then try to do a bunch of this weekend. And whatever doesn't get done next Tuesday, there'll be an item that says plan this project. So, um, think I added that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna try this one on my phone. Hmm. Okay. Do this. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to do. Change the okay. Cool. Um one more life area I got some thoughts about. Um, oh, I'll start doing those. Okay. Oh, that's a thing I need to do. Can't believe I didn't do that already. Can't believe she didn't do it already. This has been on my thing for like 3 weeks. It just takes forever. I really do want to do those next week. I put them in already. I don't know what else I can do. Okay. I did that. Yay. Hmm. That would be part of a much bigger project. Okay. All right. Those all look pretty good. As good as they're going to. Didn't get a reply on that thing. All right. That's not what I meant to do. Please stop. Please stop. I did the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. If in fact you did. This will be all. We'll be back at our regular time on Tuesday, and our next bonus is June 20th at the same time. So yeah, back Tuesday at our normal time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. And thanks for being here. Hopefully you got a lot done. I know I got some important stuff done, especially around the routines and updating that visual for myself so I can maybe trust the amount of times again. We'll see. I'll test it out. And we'll see you next time. Bye.